In my world, every day is about education, and just as importantly, continuing education. I watch over 2,000 films each season, and with virtually every one, I learn something new. Does that make me brilliant? Of course not, but it does make me more aware, more connected to the world we live in. And this medium, if taught and practiced effectively, has the power to inspire, to educate, and to change lives. And what you do as educators is one of the hardest yet most rewarding jobs imaginable. Much like filmmaking, it can feel a little masochistic at times. Long hours, little recognition, moments of frustration. But just as a filmmaker finds satisfaction in the final cut, you too know that even if your efforts impact just one child, your work has mattered, and that's profound. So, first, what is film? We know it's the great art form of the 20th century, and for better or worse, it has become the dominant way people engage with art, whether through narrative, documentary, animation, music video, or even gaming. It always begins with a story. What is the story? Let's look at a clip together and see if we can identify it purely through the visuals without any dialogue. Whether it's an essay or a film, the way you tell the story is what separates something great from something mediocre. Too often, student films rely almost entirely on interviews. Sometimes 95% of the work is just someone talking. That's understandable as most students are used to creating quick social media posts, not collaborative films. But as educators, we can do more to help them recognize and stretch their potential. As you saw in the recent clip, imagery tells the story. There are setups, choices, and rhythms. We can expose students to storytelling styles beyond the traditional North American model of talking head journalism. And while interviews have their place, they can be so much more powerful when paired with some strong coverage, or what the news world calls B roll. In that way, the interview acts as narration and not as the entire film. Let's take a look at these two examples.
At the beginning, I set a very, very modest goal, and the goal was this: that I would run at least 1 mile every day until I pass away. I'm not climbing El Cap, but I've been fighting stage 4 cancer for 20 years. I've wanted to know that at the end, I went for it, I tried, gave it everything I had.
To me, the sound of the cello is very much like a voice, like someone speaking to you. The beauty of it is that the words you can imagine. I was drawn to that connection between the inner self and the way the cello allows me to express it.
Certainly, creators are free to experiment, to make deeply personal films or works meant only for family and friends. But most filmmakers want their work to resonate with wider audiences. That's where finding a hook matters. It's the same as in writing. How do you grab your audience so they'll want to stay with you? And this is our challenge as teachers. How do we encourage students to be more creative and intentional in sharing their stories? Every film I watch, I want to be great. Many start strong but falter structurally. Again, it comes back to story. Before students touch equipment, they need to understand scripting and storyboarding or outlining, just like architects need a blueprint before construction. The three-act structure works especially well in the classroom since it parallels the way we approach most writing exercises. Once scripting is complete, you can move into practice shoots and equipment orientation. And while every school has different resources, here are two key lessons. One, if a film is out of focus, it doesn't matter how brilliant the story is, the audience is lost. Two, sound. Never rely on the camera's built-in mic. Use an external recorder or at the very least a dedicated mic and receiver. Poor sound makes a film look and feel amateurish. After filming comes editing. Even if students shoot in order, they'll still need to use nonlinear editing software to handle multiple takes, sync sound, add graphics, and maybe include music. And a note on music, if it has lyrics, don't use it under dialogue. It competes with the words and distracts the audience. Ultimately, your role as teachers of storytelling through film is a powerful one. This is more than just a classroom exercise. It's a tool, a discipline, and potentially a lifelong mission. Through your work, you have the chance to inspire the next generation to see, think, and create differently, and perhaps even to change the world through the eyes of your students.